Are you ready to tape? All right, well then let's tape. This is Sugar. She's here at the animal shelter. She's about a year-old Chihuahua, and just like all Chihuahuas, she's a little nervous, but sweet nonetheless. She prefers women, and again, like I said, like all little dogs, especially Chihuahuas, they're a lot more nervous than the bigger dogs because they are so small, so we look like giants to them, so that's why they're always so nervous and scared. But she's sweet, and she's almost housebroken, and like I said, she's only about a year old, prefers women, and if you're interested in little Sugar Shack here, come by the shelter and come adopt her.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gina Troxler, veterinarian for the St. Charles Humane Society. I work hand in hand with the St. Charles Animal Shelter to keep abandoned animals that come through our shelter healthy and to adopt them out to new homes. Today we'll talk about dogs. When an animal comes into our shelter, they get an initial examination and a stool check for intestinal parasites. Some parasites that we're looking for can also be contagious to people. If a parasite is one that humans can get, that's called a zoonotic disease. So it's very important to check them for the health of the animal and the children at home as well. And the parasites that we can transmit from animals to humans are hookworms and roundworms. Just because you do not see parasites in your animal's stool does not mean that they do not have them. The way we actually check for them is under a microscope. We're looking for actual eggs. Sometimes people see roundworms in their pet's feces, large white worms, but rarely are hookworms seen. And hookworms are rather deadly. When you have a puppy that has a large belly, thin, like this puppy is, not good muscle mass, and sometimes pale to the gums, or lack of energy level, you have to be concerned about intestinal parasites. Hookworms actually have 6 teeth, and they connect to the lining of the intestines and suck the blood out. So if you wait too long, your pet could actually get deathly ill and need a blood transfusion to cure them of their anemia. This little puppy did in fact have hookworms when it came in, and we actually dewormed her. And so she's doing better. She has a pot belly right now because she eats so much food to compensate for her weight loss. Another key factor when pets come through the doors is they get a vaccination. One vaccine that is so important starting at 6 weeks of age is the parvovirus vaccine. And in dogs, they get that just from touching a contaminated area, where another dog has defecated. It could have been 6 months prior, and they can still get infected by that feces. Very common virus, very easy to prevent, very cheap to prevent, but if your dog gets parvovirus, it shows up as vomiting, diarrhea, lack of appetite, and it can run you anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500 for 5 to 7 days of intensive care to pull them through. Going back to the deworming for hookworms, roundworms, super important to start that process as early as 2 weeks of age. And puppies are dewormed a few times during the course of their lives. Just know that for vaccines, it's not just one vaccine that animals get. It's actually a series when they're puppies. Starting at 6 weeks, they get vaccinated every 3 weeks until they're 4 months old. So it's very important to establish a relationship with your veterinarian, whether you're buying a dog or adopting one through us, because we start their initial health care, but that needs to be continued with your veterinarian of choice. Here at the shelter, we have lots of animals to choose from. Anything between smaller dogs, such as Pomeranians and Yorkies and mixes of those, to larger dogs like, what's her name again? This is Gracie. She even knows how to shake. Oh, high five, Gracie. We get lots of well-mannered dogs here that need homes. They're either lost or abandoned by their owners for one reason or another. Always remember to spay and neuter. Lots of animals out there need homes, whether purebred or mixed breed. And this is a little pit bull puppy that came to us in really bad condition, so we're trying to get her back up to par now. A couple of myths people sometimes have is you can get parasites from touching your dog, and that's not true. I won't get a parasite from touching the skin. The only way is if you touch the feces of the animal and don't wash your hands and eat. That's the only way that you get transmission. So those are some key factors to dog health, and maybe next time we'll talk about feline or cat vaccines and the diseases that they can contract.
For more information or to volunteer or donate, visit the website at stcharlesparish-la.gov/animal control or call 985-783-5010.